he's really good at this. Let's just say that he's really good at this.
All right, welcome, gents. Fourth quarter, here we are. Special guest, Scott Hadley. Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome.
Thanks
Scott, welcome.
Yeah. And we have Travis Kelce, doesn't know which way he's going.
Clearly, he's confused. He might come out of the locker room this week like this. So I just figured I would prep everybody for it. Who knows?
Yeah.
He can't. He runs into his own players now. He can't catch the ball at the goal line. He's throwing his helmet on the sideline. I mean, I don't know what's going on in that locker room.
It sounds like that engagement is,
it's
a little bit of a distraction for him.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm really starting to wonder what's going on. Like during the week, is he working on like wedding prep stuff and not, gameplay? Like, what is he doing? I'm not sure yet.
All right, you've teed it up for me with your this.
Look at us.
This with you guys, but
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Although you got it wrong because it should go the other way around.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Paul Red is a Chiefs fan, so he should have Chiefs. So that's all right.
It's not my meme, so but I thought it was very fitting. And just for everybody else out there, I told Trey and Tommy, I said, when the Niners tank, send me all the memes. I can take it because I am dishing it out right now in our chats. Because it's like you know how it is. It just gets in your algorithm and it just keeps feeding you. And I'm like, oh man, this is good.
I mean, you got to. I don't blame you. You got to. I mean, you've been hurting for the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, especially at the hands of the Chiefs. I mean, they got you twice in the Super Bowl. That must have been rough. Those nights were probably hard to sleep. So I get it. Dish it out while you can.
The one with the Ravens, that was the one that really, really hurt because I think we were so heavily favored back then, and then just laid an egg, and then Crabtree got, they're not going to call PI at that moment, but it's still, when it's your team that doesn't get the flag, you're pretty pissed about it.
No,
that's why we play the game. I was actually telling a buddy the other day, when I was a kid, I thought my teams always won because I grew up a Lakers fan and a Niners fan, of the 80s and early 90s.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm golden, man. Now I'm wearing Oregon, as Trey likes to say. They never win the big game.
Can't win the big one. No, they win a lot, but not the big ones. No, that's for sure. Hey, speaking of not getting the flags, can we talk about this tush push situation and the NFL, doing a little censorship on this? Have you guys seen this?
On which part? The censorship?
So first of all, there's plethora of videos from the Chiefs-Eagles game in which it clearly shows that their guards are leaving well before the ball is actually snapped.
It's super push.
The people who are reposting it, it's getting taken down because the NFL is claiming copyright and getting that off the internet.
I hadn't heard that.
Oh yeah, just go do a little research on it. Like it's a big deal, especially in the Chiefs community. And in fact, I would say this always happens. Whoever's on top is going to get picked on, right? And right now the Eagles are on top because they won. There are many people across the league who are not happy about the tush push because they know it's coming. If the Eagles are on your schedule and they get to the 1 yard line, this is coming. But these guys are lining up off sides. They're jumping early. And they didn't call it. They didn't call it one time in the Chiefs game. And again, I'm going to complain because we lost, whatever. Yeah. But it's interesting that the NFL is trying to take that video down for copyright reasons. So it's not circulating on social media. What's up, Tyson?
I know. This is. You know how many times this has happened to me when people try to say my name and autocorrect gets
autocorrect is killer. It happens on. I've done it on text messaging. It happens all the time. That's right. Tyson, you're not alone, my friend.
Then he comes back, Kale.
You got it right.
So, hey Tyson, welcome, man. So,
hey, listen, Tyson's a sneaker, dude. We brought him into this the pick'em, and he's just hovering at like third, fourth place. He's just hovering. He's just waiting for people to make a mistake. That's all that's happening. Making solid picks every week. Not really, like making a lot of noise, but he's going to be there at the end.
That's kind of what you got to do. You just got to win, or not win, but week after week after week, you just got to be up there. So speaking of that,
and don't forget to put your picks in. Yeah.
That, or even like your score, your tiebreaker. I see that a lot where a lot of people do that. So if you can't read that.
I didn't even pick my Thursday game last week. I remember right after it started, I ran to my computer and I was tapping. No. I was tapping on the button. I was like, I'm going to break Pool Tracker and get this thing to work.
I'm getting my pick in.
Yeah, it didn't work. So
well, and that cost you too because you would have been second place all by yourself. I mean, you still second place, but we know you would have picked Green Bay.
if he picked it correctly. I picked Chicago, or I picked. I picked Green Bay. I'm thinking the wrong game.
You did pick Chicago.
I did pick Chicago, though.
You did pick Chicago. And that was a bad pick.
Tommy. That's just for you.
I told you the Lions were going to get him, and they got him.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Kale, what's the situation with the guy who made that pledge to run? What was it, a mile for every point differential of the game?
Yeah, I've actually got that queued up, so I'll grab that. So
the guy probably thought, hey, I'm going to run 10 miles maybe or less, which is still a long ways to go, but he probably thought 10 miles. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
So let me bring the sound on.
Let's see what happens. Lions easily drive down the field on the first possession of the game. Lions up 7-0. Bears strike back with a beautiful drive that ends up in a doomsday touchdown. Scores tied at 7. Lions with a nice drive towards the end of the first quarter. Montgomery finished off the drive with a rushing touchdown. After the Bears don't get it on the 4th and 1, Lions head the short field and end up missing the field goal. Great job of the Bears defense. Bears back with the ball. Bears defense with a rough possession after the Caleb Williams interception.
Yeah, so
Bears down
21-7.
Doomsday with another touchdown of the day. Bears down 21-14. Brutal call by the ref right before half. Ends up leading to a Lions touchdown. Bears now down 14 instead of 7. Lions strike first in the second half of 31-14. I have no words. Bears down 38. Lions score again. Bears down 45-14. As of now, I'd have to run 31 miles. Bears finally score again, 45-21. Lions score 52-21. Bears lose by 31. Let's run these 31 miles.
This is awesome.
Mile 1, mile 2, mile 3, mile 4, mile 5, mile 6, mile 7, mile 8, mile 9, mile 10, mile 11, mile 12, mile 13, mile 14, mile 15, mile 16, mile 17, mile 18, mile 19, mile 20, mile 21, mile 22, mile 23, mile 24, mile 25, mile 26, mile 27, mile 28, mile 29, mile 30.
After the
That's
game.
mile 31. It is 10:05 p.m. right now, and I might just sleep until next week's game. Make sure you're following. We're doing this for the entire Bears season, and I will see you next week when the Bears play the Cowboys at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to run a mile.
Never doing that. I'm never making that mistake right there. Yeah.
Nope.
Kale, that's for you only, my friend.
It's funny because I actually was thinking about what could I do? I mean, I could do the same thing, but it's kind of unoriginal at this point. But it'll still be fun.
Yeah. And what a game from to pick. What a game from to pick.
Oh my!
I mean, what the average margin of victory in the NFL is probably close to 10 points. I would imagine.
I know. I was thinking that too,
know?
Right?
8 to 10 points, I bet, is the average margin of victory. 31 points.
That was tough.
Points.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great story.
I do need to get the full results up so we can show that. Oh, I got Tyler coming in. Tyler's early, so we'll jump into Tyler. So I got to bring him in here. There we go. All right. So welcome, Tyler. I even brought this for you.
Little promotion.
Little jug. You and Trey need to get together at some point. You're both huge into marketing. You both put on great golf tournaments. Trey just doesn't know how to dress himself. So welcome to the show, Tyler. How you doing?
Hey, I forgot my backwards jersey, but hopefully I can manage.
Is your team playing like everything is completely mixed up and backwards? Are they playing that way?
You want the real answer? I'm pretty sure our quarterback plays blindfolded. I'm a Raider fan.
Yeah, I think he did the other night. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Fair enough. You need to wear a helmet backwards. That's when you need to come in with a helmet just on backwards.
Man.
Yeah. So we got to set the stage here. Tyler is playing fantasy like a lot of us do. And what is it? The lowest guy's point total has to pay the bet or something like that?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I forget who it was. We have a 10-guy league. It's been the league forever. I mean, probably over a decade. And he hit us with this idea. I think he saw it on TikTok or something. It was like, hey, the lowest points scored every week has to Venmo the guy. Jesh is his name that does our. He's the one that puts the bets in on his account. Mm-hmm. Just Venmo Jesh $10, and then all of us by Thursday, if we want the Thursday night game, we have to get our picks into the group chat. But you can't, some guys just have bad years, man, whether you draft bad or people get hurt. So you have to, it's like low guy, and then he's off the list. And then the next meening, you can't be low guy.
Everybody. Yeah.
So we all, essentially, it's just a fun way for all of us to kick in $10 or $20 a year.
And basically you do a 10-leg parlay, right? So
it's 10-leg parlay for $10. There it is.
Here's the first ones, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and 10 leg parlay. So we all hit the group chat with what we want for our leg. Mine, of course, ended up being the Bucks money line, which was leg 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
This game, yeah, it was wild.
It doesn't show it on there, but it's basically
So-
off the bottom, but kind of
Tyler,
crazy.
I have a question I have to ask you. So,
Yeah.
was there a group text conversation going on during that Bucks game? Was it a little tense? Was there like I love Baker Mayfield, but I gave up in our group text
You
with
did.
2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I
He
was like,
did, yeah.
this thing's over. I can't believe because they were doing anything. They did nothing in the second half. They did nothing in the second half. Like what was going on in the group chat with this final leg of the parlay on the line?
Well, first of all, we were 9 for 9, and I want to get into. I'll share one of the legs. It was destiny, man. Like half the group chat was like cash out because it was plus 76. So I think it was like 76.44 or something that it paid out. And when leg 9 hit, which is the wildest leg of them all, in my opinion, I think the cash out was like $4,600. And that was Sunday. So like we went an entire day where people were arguing, like, do we cash it out? Do we let it ride? And it's funny, the guy that put up the $10, he kept saying, it's my money, it's my decision, we let it ride.
Was that
you got
the
the right
three
guy
pick?
calling the shots? You got the right guy calling the shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, was that the 3-pick single game parlay? Was the ninth one?
No,
Okay.
it was,
That was crazy too.
so leave this screenshot up. This is crazy. So to back up, like, I don't think we've ever hit more than the first 5 legs.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually you hit 1 or 2, maybe 3, and then it dies. One time last year, I think maybe we hit 5 or 6, and then ended up going like 7 for 10 or something. So the group chat starts popping off, and somebody goes, "Wait a minute, is anybody tracking this? I think we've hit 6 of them." And then I think is it McBride? Yeah, Trey McBride. Like 5 minutes later, he goes over his. So now we're like 7 for 7. And then I think
Was it the kicker?
okay, so leg 8 was Cowboys and Giants. The last guy that put in his pick this week were like, dude, we need your pick. Like games are about to start Sunday morning or something like that. And he's like, I don't know, give me like over 52.5 longest field goal Cowboys Giants. So and he just, I mean, just pick one.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. And if you remember, we get to, what was it, like 40 seconds left, and Wilson throws a bomb down the field to tie the game.
Mm-hmm.
There still was not a field goal over 52 yards, and Cowboys go down and kick that 64-yarder.
64-yarder.
Yeah, so it's like there was a lot of thank you, Russell.
When they kicked like a 60-yarder in overtime. I mean, they actually made 2 of them, I think, over that. Whatever it was.
So basically, like, I mean, it was over when they got the ball down by 7, and then Wilson throws that sky ball.
Yeah,
and they catch it, and then Dak goes
Russell
down
Wilson
somehow, and they kick a 64-yard field goal for that leg to hit, and then it was Sunday Night Football, I believe, was McCarthy under 214 passing. And so I've never seen a group of grown men root against another human so bad. So then we hit that one, and I think that's the one we went where we were 9 for 9, and then it was 24 hours of waiting for the Bucks to play, and the last one was my pick.
Well, I would love to see some of the screenshots from that conversation. That'd be quite entertaining, I'm sure. So you wait 24 hours, you get to the Monday night game, between the Bucks and I can't remember who they played, but
Texans.
Texans, and that game is not. I mean, like, it's going well in the first half. I think at halftime is 14-10. I think so. It's going well in the first half, and then the Texans start playing crazy good defense. I mean, the Bucks couldn't even move the ball. That's why when it got to the last 2 minutes, I'm just thinking they've done nothing. They've done nothing all half.
Baker magic, baby.
And they have to score a touchdown. It wasn't a field goal. They had to score a touchdown on it. And I just kept thinking to myself, they're not going to do it. And then lo and behold, the dude proves me wrong. And I love Baker Mayfield. So,
well, they gave up. I mean, everything. What's incredible to me is that the Texans didn't end up beating them 31-14. Like, they went down on the goal line and they turned it over on downs, right? Like from the 1 yard line, it was like 1st and goal from the 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Turned it over on downs. The Bucks barely got out of their own end zone. gave it back to him, came down. I think possession switched. It was a pretty defensive second half. And then the Bucs go to punt in the fourth quarter, get the punt blocked.
Yeah.
And then I believe that was the drive where the Texans scored a touchdown. And you're talking like there was 3 guys that were like cash out now. And the guy running the DraftKings account, he goes, I will only do it if we get majority. And so we got up to 4 people, I think, cash out to like $3,000. And again, the guy that paid the $10, he goes, my bet, we ride.
Yeah.
And then they punch it into the end zone, and immediately it's like $300 is our cash out.
Yeah.
And at that point, like there was one more possession left, and it was
Right.
like we're either winning all this or it's going to 0.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Well, I had a parlay on that, but only two legs, so I was rooting for Baker too. Both games, I took Tampa Bay
What's
and
the
Chargers.
What's the tax liability on a win like that?
Well, he lives in Arizona, so I don't. I mean,
they take it out when they give it to you, or do you have to?
They actually do, yeah. So he went to cash it out, and he sent us a screenshot. I think it was like they took like 25% or something. But it's whatever. It's on him, so he's paying.
So he gets the payout. He gets the tax.
His bill.
But then he has to give you. But you guys are sharing the money, right? Is that?
Yeah. What's funny is after he got hit with the taxes on the withdrawal because they kept it. Then there was a balance left divided by 10. It was like $557 each. And all of us were like, perfect, like just under the $600 taxable minimum.
What a deal. What a deal,
man. It's crazy. But yeah, the group text was still going off today. I mean, I've never seen more Baker Mayfield memes in my life.
I bet. Man.
That's awesome. Well, I know you got a meeting coming up, Tyler. Appreciate you jumping in. And
what a story.
Seriously. When I saw that, I was like, you got to come on, man. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
So appreciate it.
You guys can pull it off if you're in fantasy. It's pretty fun. Every week we do it, and it's just something a little extra, and it's really nothing. It's $10.
Yeah.
And then every once in a blue moon, something cool happens.
Yeah, you're playing with house money now. I mean, now
it's funny. It's funny how the group there's like half of the group chat that's turned into like an accounting firm. Like, okay, how can we up our bets to 20 now, but still?
Dude, I think I'd put all that. I just keep that money in the pot and then just do like a killer golf trip at the end of the season or something.
I know.
Just go do something cool.
It's still undecided.
Sick.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, congrats, Tyler, and thanks for hopping on the show today.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Great story.
Right,
see you, man.
Man, can you imagine?
That's wild.
Imagine the pressure.
I know.
No, of my friends, that text coming through, big Scott, we're gonna murder you if this doesn't.
I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. So shout out to Tyler. We'll have to see how well they do moving forward. Will they cash out ever again, or will they always ride it? Will they get it again? I mean, what are the odds
I would have rode it too, man.
What were the odds of a 10-leg parlay like that? I mean, Kale, you had to look this up.
It paid $7,600, so 7,600 to 1, or it's 10, so 760 to 1.
760 to 1.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh,
if they're playing with house money, they should do 20-leg parlay, and that would.
Oh my goodness,
that would blow it out of the water if they did that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we forgot to mention when I shared the results that Chris last week, he had those 14 in a row, and Trey, you pointed this out. Then he started this week with 9 in a row, so he won 23
straight games.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
That's nuts.
I don't think anybody. I mean, it's records are meant to be broken, but in this NFL Pick'em season, I don't think anybody's going to get 23 in a row again. I think that's going to hold up for the rest of the seaon.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
him and I are tied, but he's got the tiebreaker because of the points. But 23 to 1 or 23 in a row is pretty freaking crazy.
What are the odds of that? You looked it up, didn't you?
I did, but I forgot now. It was like it was so far out there. It wasn't even like
I think you put it in the group chat. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
crazy. That was nuts.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, no doubt about it. Congrats, Chris.
I'm saying
one in 126,000.
Yeah,
1 in 126,000.
That's wild.
No big deal. No big deal.
I mean, that's an insane run.
Yeah,
that is an insane.
That's a stupid run. That's wild.
Kudos to Chris for that. So Still not
All
enough
right.
to be solo first, but that's all right.
I know, right? Well, that's the crazy thing. I mean, me going 15-1 is, and obviously I had a little. You always have luck, but that Indy game, picking Indy. I mean, I was sitting there watching that, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, he didn't even have enough. He missed a wide right, flag on the play, and my wife was watching with me. I'm like, I picked Indy, but that's a horrible way to lose, man. And I didn't know it was a 15-yard penalty. I thought it was a 5-yarder for some reason. I'm like, oh man. So now it goes from a 60 to a 45-yarder. Yeah. That's a huge one. Obviously, Baker Magic. We already talked about that. But that's how the NFL is. It's like there's certain teams, and I'm going to say this, and Trey's going to crucify me, but I think Baker, you give him the ball, he's as good as anybody with 2 minutes to go.
I agree. That's the hard part. Is I agree. I can't even believe I gave up on the guy. Like I'm embarrassed. Like I can't believe I did that. I mean, it just seemed like there was no chance they were going to move the ball against that defense. But end of the game, 2-minute drill. Defenses sometimes get too soft. They don't play aggressive because they're.
I know that's what's crazy. Like blitz, man.
And then they didn't. They played totally different. So the underneaths were there, the out routes were there, and Baker's just too good and too competitive. And I'll tell you the play that really did it for me was the scramble. Man, when he scrambled for that first down, he got upended and flipped over. Like that guy's like, we're winning this game. Like everyone on the sideline is like, we're winning this game.
Yeah, there was a meme.
He was already hurting too.
Yeah, there's a meme like he was like Baker Mayfield thought he was going to be hurt, but then he remembered shit talking was his magic or something.
That's right. Right. He was like hurt, and then he heard a player say something, and he just popped right up, and like everything's fine.
Yep.
The adrenaline surging through that guy's body has got to be just insane.
That boy's tough. So yeah,
and he's not a big dude.
No.
I saw
he's right at 6 foot, and he 5'11".
Your manifest when he was in Vegas during Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I was walking through the hotel, and he was just standing there. I was like,
really?
And he just looked like a normal dude. Like, no way you think.
What is he? Is he 5'11", 6 foot? What is he? He's not that tall.
He can't be over 6 foot.
I think he's like 5'10" or 5'11".
Yeah.
Whatever
he's
he's
listed,
knock it down an inch or two.
He's listed at 6'1".
Yeah. So he's 5'11", maybe.
Yeah.
5'10".
Yeah, exactly.
But he's
all right,
we got to talk about something that you made a hot take at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
How's
Genty
that?
Or what?
Yeah, Genty, baby. 81 yards to start the season, 2 games through. Boy, he is not looking good right now.
There's a lot of football left. I mean, they got 15 more games, almost the old, original, full season. But this is not looking good.
No, it's not looking good at all. I was thinking about that when I was watching the game the other night. I'm like, that's the great thing about putting these hot takes out is you look like such a fool. I mean, not even it's 2 weeks. And I'm like, that's such a bad take. So,
I mean, in 5 weeks, I can look like a great pick again, but right now, it doesn't look very good.
No, I'm not so sure about that. Well, what he meant to say was that Patrick Mahomes was going to have 1,000 yards. That's what he meant.
Yeah, he's going to lead. He's going to lead the
what
team.
the heck?
In rushing.
What's going on there, man?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It is terrible.
Like we can't run the ball. Our wide receivers can't catch again. We're taking out our own receivers again. Like this is just, it's terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes needs to throw the ball to Patrick Mahomes and hand the ball off to Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes needs to be playing defense and maybe safety, corner, D-edge. He just needs to play every position. He can play all 22.
Yeah. He'd try too if you let him. He'd probably try.
He would. He'd try. No, he would.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that hot take I knew was going to come back at some point. It might keep coming back all season too. So.
It will.
Hey,
it will.
Listen, my hot take is in jeopardy now too with Daniels being hurt. I mean, I had Washington going to the AFC or the NFC Championship. Ooh. I thought he was gonna have a great year. I just his composure. I know sophomore slump, but Mahomes didn't have a sophomore slump, and I put Daniels mentally in the same category as Mahomes. Yeah. So I really thought they were gonna have a great year, and man. Him being out now, I mean, it's kind of a lost year at this point, I think, for them. Yeah. They're going to have to really think about whether they come back or not.
I kind of feel the same way. It kind of depends on how long he's out and what Mariota can do. I mean, Mariota's a good backup.
He's a good backup.
Mariota. Yeah,
he'll win you some games. They'll win some games. They'll keep the season going. They'll make it somewhat competitive. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to win the East now. They might get into the playoffs, but they'll be a 6-7 if they do.
Yeah, because you got the Eagles, so you've already lost, or you're already down
yeah.
a game to those guys.
Yeah,
and you got to play them twice.
So our hot takes are just getting blown out of the water. We're gonna have to have a new hot take session at some point.
Yeah. Tell me, what was yours? Do you remember? I don't even remember what yours was.
I don't even remember. I'll have to go look through it. I know I agreed with you on Genty though, having a big season, and that's just it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I'll have to go through and find my hot take.
When I was, watching that game the other night, the crazy thing is like Geno played so well in Seattle the last couple of years, or however long it's been, and then goes to the Raiders, and it's the old Geno. I mean, just stupid mistakes, and the defense was keeping him in. I mean, they held the Chargers to 20 points, and one of them was on a 60-yard bomb. So it wasn't like they were just giving it up to him. But they just 3 interceptions. It could have been probably 4 or 5 pretty easily. And the Chip Kelly offense, there's so many things with that team, and it's just not gelling. I don't get it.
It's going to take some time, I think. I mean, new coach, new system, new quarterback. You can't expect them to have it down in 5 games. 3 preseason, 2 regular season games. They didn't even play in the preseason, really. I think I'm optimistic that they're going to be competitive more than they have been in the past. I just think it's going to take a while.
Yeah,
maybe not this year.
And they've got good receivers too, so they got a lot of good pieces. And I mean, Bowers is kind of hurt. Playing hurt. He looked injured too. He just didn't have that same explosiveness that he normally does. So.
Well, they're ahead of the Chiefs right now, so I got nothing to say about that. Hey, going back to Jonty for a minute, there's 6 quarterbacks who are ahead of him right now in running and rushing yards.
Let's see if we can name him. Patrick Mahomes, probably Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can. So Patrick Mahomes for sure. All right, keep going.
You got Lamar.
You got Lamar. Jaden Daniels was also one. Yep.
Probably Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was one. Yep. 2 more.
Daniel Jones.
No.
Maybe CJ Stroud.
Nope. Oh, I can't believe you guys are. You should know this. Tommy, you should know one.
Maybe Caleb.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about
the last one is go ahead.
Murray?
JJ McCarthy.
Justin Fields.
Oh,
Justin Fields. Yeah, he's got 97 yards on the season.
Yeah. Well, so Genty's got 81 or something.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep,
81.
Yep, that's a nice cozy average of roughly 750 yards. So
for the season,
which would be, honestly, for a rookie, it's not terrible.
No,
it's just that you put him in 1,000. Like in your eyes, it's going to be a massive disappointment for him to get 750 yards.
Yeah. All right. So looking back, Packers game, Commanders. I think we thought that was going to be a good game. Really wasn't a good game at all.
No. The Packers are they're really solid. I mean, you lose Daniels, that's a problem. It changes the whole game plan. I think anytime you lose a key player, especially quarterback, it changes everything. But I don't think we talked about this before. I don't think the Commanders are going to win that game anyways. It's probably going to be a touchdown or a 2-score game anyways.
Yeah.
And then when Daniels went down, and they didn't really stand a chance. They still kept it within 9, but
Packers look real good this year.
Real good.
All the way across, they're just solid.
I think they're the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah, I do too. And they're I know they got Micah, but their defense in their pressures has been crazy.
Micah just makes the rest of the defense better because he's able to put pressure on. So their DBs are better. Their linebackers are better because Micah takes up so much attention.
Yep. And then look at Dallas, flip side. How bad their defense looks this year without him.
Yeah.
Deron Bland is finding out what it's like to be a corner, having to stay man for way too long. So
being exposed. Yeah.
But that's what happens when you get that D line that you can make that push.
When that quarterback just gets time to sit back there. I mean, no DB can really keep up with a wide receiver for 5, 6, 7 seconds.
No,
it's tough.
Yeah. To Scott's point, when you're a DB and you know that ball is going to come out in 3 seconds or less, you can play so ultra aggressive and cut off those quick in routes. There's just so many things you can do that if you've got to defend for 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, you're toast.
I mean, I think that's what made Mahomes. that's what made Mahomes so tough early in his career. Is he would extend those plays to 5, 6, 7 seconds, and you just can't cover 4 fast players for that long. You just can't do it as a corner. So I think that's they're being exposed right now for sure.
Yeah.
Kudos to them for getting the win. I mean, I thought they were going to go 0-2. The Cowboys were, but
that was my I bet on that game early in the week because I'm like, that's my lock for them to cover 4.5 after watching the Giants. And I'm like, they barely won the game. Obviously,
Russell's like, hold my beer. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this.
I'm like, freaking Cowboys. I should know better. There's certain teams I just don't want to bet on, and the Cowboys is one of them.
Yep.
So
they'll burn you every time.
Even when they win, you lose. Now, this is pretty crazy. I mean, Russell Wilson is currently has the most yards of any quarterback in the league right now. Daniel Jones
Passing,
number 2.
right?
Yeah, passing yards.
What's he got? 600?
Because he's got 618 right now. Yeah, he has
450 in one game.
Yeah. He's got 618 right now. So he's having that was definitely a good comeback game after the first game. I mean, I think they have sadly a really good chance of being 0-3 if the Chiefs can take care of business. But he played pretty well. He had the one pass, the one interception that really doomed him at the end. That was such a terrible throw. And maybe a terrible route run, maybe a combination, whatever, but it looked so bad. He just tossed it up there. But the rest of the game, he looked pretty solid for the most part.
Yeah. I didn't watch any of that game. That was one I didn't catch.
The ending was pretty fun. It kind of reminded me of the Bills Chiefs playoff game where there's just like score at the end, score. Like you think it's over, and then nope, another score, and then another score, and then tie it, and then it was a pretty wild fourth quarter. It was fun. Yeah, it was very entertaining.
Yeah. So we got Cowboys Giants Super Bowl rematch. We haven't chatted about that yet in depth anyway, other than we know that Kelsey can't catch and doesn't put his jersey on the right way. So,
Yeah.
The tush push tray, to bring that back,
it's a problem.
There's a lot of talk about this will be the year they ban it.
There's a lot of talk about that.
I feel like they will, man.
The officials are saying they can't officiate it. They can't see anything going on. And so I think
they line up different. It's mass chaos. They could probably throw a flag every time and pick a different player.
Yep.
I mean, it's such a hard play to officiate. And it doesn't even feel like football. It feels like we've switched to rugby real quick.
Yeah, it's like just the scrum.
Mm-hmm. And kudos to the Eagles for mastering that, because no other team runs it like they run it. No other team runs it like they run it. So kudos to them for mastering it, but it just seems problematic moving forward. It seems problematic.
I was really happy about it this weekend though, because I think I texted you guys at halftime. I put in a bet for an anytime touchdown for Jalen Hurts. So I'm like, close game.
Yep.
That he's
they get down to
get down there.
Get it. That's right.
And then he threw that freaking, just ball up to Devonta Smith, and I'm like, tackle him. And then they hand off to Saquon. I'm like, tackle him. And I'm like, all right, 2 yards. Everybody,
here we go, baby. We got
2 opportunities at this tush motion.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is you saw in the second half they ran it slightly differently, because I think that somebody told them, "Hey, you're moving." Yeah. So they ran it differently, and they weren't successful a couple of times, which usually that play is unstoppable. I mean,
sometimes they get 4 or 5 yards on it, which is crazy.
Right. If you get a little hole and you get the guy pushing behind, you kind of jump. Easily. But I think you're right, Scott. I think I'm hopeful that this is the last year, because it's not even fun to watch. I mean, I guess if you're an Eagles fan, you love it. But if you're the other 31 teams, you hate that play.
You hate it.
Yeah.
You hate it. And if they're on your schedule, you're gonna have to deal with it. So you're starting to see the pushback, and of course, the fact that they won, this is going to happen. People are you're going to pull them down, just like they pulled the Chiefs down for winning 2 in a row. Blah blah blah.
Yep, exactly. So we got a lot of injuries stacking up at QB. We got 5 out. Purdy's already been out, and then you got Fields.
JJ's hurt.
Concussion. JJ with an ankle, 2 to 4 weeks. I think I saw Jaden's probably 2 to 4 weeks. Who's the last one I'm missing? Burrow. Toe.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow
out for the season. I think. I mean, there's no reason to.
He's definitely done for the season. Yeah.
I mean, there's a small chance, but they'd have to be like 10-5 or something for him to come back. And then is he effective? And what it sounds pretty bad to have surgery on your toe. He probably obliterated it.
Yeah.
that
Again,
sounds
I heard
awful.
a hot take yesterday that said he might as well just pull an Andrew Luck. And
Yeah,
just
Stan
saw that
Orlovsky.
too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
trending
Yeah.
towards becoming this generation's Andrew Luck. Yeah,
walk away. They won't
It
give
feel-
you anything. Stop taking a beating.
it definitely feels that way. I mean, the guy is obviously incredibly talented, but can't stay healthy. Just it's unfortunate because he's a real talent. He's with him and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. I mean, the quarterbacks in the AFC really stacked for a long time. It's really sad that he's not still going to be in the mix to talk about that. And he might, he may look at this and be like, "Hey, I got paid, I had fun, I'm out." Wouldn't surprise me.
With
Yeah.
those
Right, no, wouldn't
receivers
surprise me.
too, like that'd be so hard to walk away though from Jamar
I
Chase.
know. I'm thinking about that too. I mean, if it was a head injury, I totally get that.
Yeah,
But man, I don't know. Because how old is he? He's not even
He's
30,
probably
right?
what, 27,
he'll be
28?
30 this year.
Oh, he's 29. Okay.
30 this year or next year. Yeah, he's coming up on 30.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
So any other week 2 games you guys want to hit on or look at week 3?
Well, the only one that is fun to talk about is I think the Browns are right on track for where they're typically at. So our
so
Cleveland
garbage,
fans
man.
out there have got to be feeling good about things. I mean, the more things
Yep.
change, the more they stay the same in Cleveland. That's for sure.
same old
Um,
dumpster fire.
Same
Yeah.
old dumpster fire, man. It's just unbelievable. Like, it blows me away how bad. Like, if there's any league in which parity should give everybody a chance to compete, it's the NFL. And the Browns have said, "Nah, we're gonna be at the bottom every year." And what's crazy is the take on Baker, because before Baker, I saw a stat where they were like 4-39 before Baker came, or some crazy stat for that. He comes in, he takes over from Tyrod Taylor. He goes 7-7, and they're like, "Nah,
Yeah.
you're not the guy. You're winning way too much here. This is a problem."
Well,
And got
speaking
rid
of
him.
Speaking of Baker, so crazy because he went to Carolina and they had him. I saw this
They
morning
cut him too.
where they had him lining up in scout team defense.
Scout
As a
team
DN.
DM.
There are some
like-
teams out there that got to feel like absolute idiots right now.
I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, man.
But I think
It's
that
crazy.
to be fair too, I think that Baker has also grown up and changed a little bit too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, just if you hear him talk about it, he found faith. He got a little more responsible. I think he's taking it much more serious because in college he had the fire, but I think he had no discipline behind it.
Yeah, he was
Not
just
to say-
he was just so much better than everybody in college. And
Yeah,
then,
just
and like you
the
said, he
talent.
found the discipline.
And
Yep.
here he wants to win. He's thinking the right way. He's a locker room guy. He's much more grounded. It seems like he's much more content, I think, with life in general. So he's probably changed a lot too. But still, like, it's pretty crazy to think that teams had him. They had opportunities and they it didn't work out. But
Yeah.
I'm happy for him in Tampa. I think it's a great fit, and it sounds like it's his team now. It sounds like they found their guy. He found his team, and
Yeah.
they're going to be pretty tough while he's there for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
2
think
weeks in a row.
he's finally hit his stride too. Like he's finally, he's 30 years old, right? He's finally at that like peak age where he's going to be doing it. So, I'm glad he's found a good home in Tampa.
Yep.
Yep.
I think the other one that we didn't talk about is the Falcons-Vikings game. And, Cale, you and I were texting about that one during the game. It was a close kind of defensive struggle, boring game, 6 field goals. I mean, it just looked like, come on, like what are we watching? What is this game? And then, the Falcons really took control. They were running the ball. Bijan Robinson was just really solid in the fourth quarter. Second half of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. They played well. So I think that, I think Josh, who is not with us today, I think he's got to be feeling decent about his 1-1 Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they could have easily been 2-0 because they got Baker magicked in week 1.
Yeah.
And as long as you can run the ball like that, I mean, Bijan, he makes guys miss. He makes him look foolish, like within a phone booth. It's like, how did you just miss him? But he's so
totally. I know. And to have him in the backfield so that Penix can just kind of keep easing into the role and not have to have all the pressure on him, I think is going to be really advantageous for him. I think second half of the season, as long as they stay healthy, they could pick up some wins and definitely get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
Probably gonna be a wild card because they're already a game behind Tampa in division and heads up unless they beat them the second time. But I like what they're doing. They even with behind Bijan is Algier or however you say his name. I mean, that guy's a stud too. When they bring him in and he still had I think 60, 70 yards plus a touchdown as their backup. And,
Yeah.
Not mop-up duty but, towards the end of the game.
I think as the season goes on, and you can run the ball like that. I think that travels. That's going to last.
Oh yeah,
it's like that in defense. Like if you got those two on your side, you got opportunity to go a long way. So that's probably
the thing with their defense. They've got those two, and I don't know their names, but the two rookie ends that are wreaking havoc. And I think they have like 8 sacks through 2 games. So you do those two things, and like you said, you can go in and shock some people because you can keep the games close. You can eat up the clock. Bijan can break one at any point, take it to the house, 60, 70, 80 yards. He did it week 1 on the first, second play of the game on a little wheel route or something. So I like what they're doing. And they got a kicker now that can kick,
Yeah.
You see
that's the kicker the Patriots cut in preseason for this bum that they've got now. 2 extra points.
Great team management, baby. Great team management over there. Sure. So, I was looking at the Matrix, Kale, and there were 4 games this week that we were split on in terms of our picks. Like a lot of games, we all pick, the same team or a majority of them pick. There were 4 games in which we had splits, and that was the New England-Miami game. New England came out on top. Those teams are terrible. But New England pulled that one off. The Indy-Denver game, that was a tough one. I picked Indy, even though I think Denver's a solid team. That was a really close game on that. The Pittsburgh-Seattle game, which most people actually picked Pittsburgh. I think after Aaron Rodgers week 1, we're like, oh, maybe there's something here. Yeah. They did not play well at all. And then the last one was the Philly-KC game, which of course I think is kind of a natural split because of the Super Bowl, whatever. But it's interesting to kind of see how we all pick because like most of us picked Tampa Bay, most of us picked Chargers.
Well, look at that. Was I the only one that picked? There was 2 of us that picked Atlanta. That ended up being a huge game.
And Mike. Yeah, you and Mike Diamond are the only 2 that picked Atlanta. Yeah.
Which I was really shocked about that. I was reading them like, go ahead.
Still don't believe
shocked. Yeah, I mean, I got Minnesota at home. You got JJ's second start. You got Kevin O'Connell. Like I felt good about that pick. I thought that was actually a good pick. Man, did they prove that wrong? I wasn't even
Yeah, that I'll tell you what though, the Denver Indy game and then the New England Miami game, I probably switched those picks like 4 or 5 times, just back and forth. Because I'm like, I went with what I originally did the first time.
Yeah.
But it's like I kept switching it because I'm like, Miami's going to be at home. It's going to be hot. So I was having that thought. And then I'm like, but they were so bad in week 1. So I went back and then I'm like, I know everybody's hyped on Denver, but it's really Knicks didn't play well week 1 and they won. I think he had 3 turnovers or something.
Yeah.
The defense carried up, but the defense isn't quite living up to that hype. So I'm like, if it's a toss up and you take the home team, So I took Indy, and obviously that was there was a lot of luck involved in that one.
That's right. It worked out.
It should have went the other way, honestly.
Man, so it's interesting. I don't know if I've changed a pick yet, like from the first time. I just pick it and I kind of move on. I think
that's what I do too. Yeah,
I think your first intuition is usually the best one, and then if you do change it and you miss, now you feel really bad. So I've just it's like taking tests, man. Whatever the first thing is I pick, I just run with it.
I hope Chad's watching because he came in my office last week. He's like, "Oh yeah, I just picked like all the home teams. So I only have 1 road team win," and I'm like, bro, I got like 8 road teams win. I'm like, at the time, I don't know how I'm going to do, right? I'm like, but I think those are pretty good picks.
He had a rough week. I mean, he had a rough week, only 8 out of 16. So,
I think that's 50.
Chad, let's change the strategy this week, my friend. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe look at the spreads. Don't just look at who's home.
Look at the spread. Look at records. Look at just a little bit of research. So,
I go by feel. I don't look at spreads, record, nothing. I go by feel. How they're playing.
Well, you did pretty good last week, so I think you can't overanalyze it though. That's the hard thing. Is like, you can't. You can look at so many different things and just be like, now you're second guessing, and sometimes that feel thing is not overrated. So
I don't look at spreads and I don't look at records typically. Sometimes records, but I look more at the
records.
and I look at who's I feel like playing the best, and if there's injuries. Those are kind of the things in my head, but they're not really easy to research. So I'm probably somewhere in between, just a little bit of those two. And it sucks because I'm in the middle. I'm not even doing good. So nobody needs to listen to my picking advice on this.
Yeah, same.
Wait till the NBA season.
I've never won in them, so don't listen to me either.
I think
steady there.
The home field advantage just isn't what it used to be, too.
No.
It used to be like you pick 2 or 3 road winners.
Well,
but now
here's why I think that is. This is why I think it is. Ticket prices are so high that if you're a season ticket holder, especially early in the season, you're dumping tickets to pay for your season tickets. That happens so much, and you end up with half the stadium is the other team's fans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you go to Chiefs Stadium. If it's all Chiefs in the playoffs, for example, like all Chiefs fans in the playoffs, they're not selling tickets. A lot of tickets in the playoffs. Most of those, some people are. Most of them are. That place is so loud in the playoffs. But regular season, it can be just as loud for the opponent as it is for you in your own stadium because of that dynamic. I think it has to do with ticket prices.
A lot of those new stadiums too, the way they're built is they're so far back off the field now as well, and so you don't get a lot of that. Commotion on the sidelines, the opposing sidelines, and the players. So I think the stadiums now make a big impact on it.
Oh,
Could
be. Not sure. Could be. Hey, we haven't even talked college football yet. What the heck?
I know. We better. So week 3 big games before we get there. Broncos, Chargers. I think Chiefs, Giants is a big game because I think Chiefs got to win it. Lions, Raven on Monday night.
Okay, so this feels like 2014 all over again. We are in a must-win situation in week 3. Because listen, you don't win this game, then you go against the Ravens, who I think is better right now. I mean, that's going to be a tough game to win, and the pressure if you're 0-3 going to that game is even worse. I mean,
there's only one team that's 0-4.
A couple bad plays, and you're talking a potential 0-4 start for the Chiefs, which would be detrimental. In fact, I did a little research on this. There have only been, I think, 2 teams in the last 10 years or 15 years that have gone 0-2 and made it to the playoffs. Like it's not.
I think there's 6 since 1990. So I don't know. Yeah, but I think you're tracking. Yeah,
it's like 6 and 139 or something. It's like it's not good. It's not a good record. I mean,
Patriots, the famous, we're on to Cincinnati, and they went 0-3, and everyone wrote them off and said it's over.
Yeah, but that was that the year Brady? Is that when Brady came in? Is that how long ago it was?
No.
Okay.
No, that was during Brady's time, and I can't remember his name. One of the analysts, the experts, who just kept calling for Brady he was over the hill every year. He was finally like, "See, I told you, I got it," and then they.
I mean, the data would tell us that somewhere between 0 and 1 of the 10 0-2 teams are going to make the playoffs. That's what the data suggests. Yeah, I do think the Chiefs have the best shot right now, as of right now, to be that team. Mm-hmm. But even that, those teams just make the playoffs, like 7 seed. And I was looking at the Chiefs' schedule. I think the best they do at this point is 11-6.
Yeah,
I think that's the best they do.
Unless
they just want an absolute
Chiefs.
I'm not even sure about that anymore.
No, I'm not either. That's what I'm saying. That's the best that they can do. I was looking at the schedule. There's easily 4 more losses in that schedule. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's easily 4 more. So and 11
Baltimore.
Until they prove otherwise, you still got Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Oh, I believe for sure. I think they're the best team to get that spot as no 2 team right now. But
yeah, I think they're the easy one to pull in there. I think Houston though. At 0-2, I think Houston could still turn around. That defense, man, is so good.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like Houston's if I'm going to give another team on the 0-2 list of those 2 teams, it's Houston is second in my opinion.
Right, and C.J. Stroud has the capability to go on a run.
Absolutely,
he has the talent to go on a run. So I definitely put them as a close number 2 right now, and then we'll just see if somebody gets injured, another Chief gets injured, another if a defensive lineman for Houston gets injured, that changes the calculus quite a bit. If they both lose this week. Boy, that makes it. I mean, that's going to make it really, really tough. That's going to be pretty crazy if the Chiefs are 0-3 going in against the Ravens. My goodness.
Yeah, that's going to
wear jersey the rest of the season.
That's going to be tough. I already made my picks this week. I wanted to make sure I got them in early, and I originally just chose my Thursday game, but I said, if I do that, I'm going to screw myself for the weekend and not do it and think I did. So I got them all picked. I've got the Giants upsetting Kansas City. I think it's gonna be another close game. I'm gonna keep choosing again. I'm gonna keep choosing against Kansas City until they prove me otherwise this season.
I mean, I can't really argue that point. I mean, logically that makes sense. And
you know what sucks about that is I love I'm not a Kansas City guy, not a Kansas City fan, but I love the greatness of what's happening. It reminds me of the Warriors, reminds me of the Bulls of the 90s, reminds me of these great runs, and I like these great runs. LeBron hitting the NBA Finals 8 straight years. Like, as much as I disliked LeBron for so long, that greatness is there. And like as a fan of now just loving the Bulls, but also looking at as the NBA as like a holistic league, like I really like just the greatness of what Travis Kelce and Andy Reid and Mahomes have done. But again, this season, going back to the Super Bowl last year, I mean, they're 0-3 in the last 3 games they played going back to last season. Are they going to win? Yeah, it's crazy.
They've lost 3.
It's crazy. But again, eventually those things are going to happen. And I just think that this is kind of that maybe rebuild season. I like Hollywood Brown too. I think he's an upcoming star. He's got the name. His name is Hollywood, for God's sakes. He's built for this moment to be here. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to take a couple, 1 or 2 seasons. I don't know. It's going to be a really tough one.
I mean, even the Warriors had their down seasons in between their success. It happens for sure. But I can't logically argue your point. I think your point is solid, and it kills me to say that. Yeah.
Kills me to have it to say it, but it's just unfortunately it's what
Sadly,
I'm
Tommy,
seeing.
We are in the same position, but I can't make that pick.
I understand. I get it.
I'm not making that pick either, Trey. So
can't make that pick.
I do not have faith in the New York Football Giants.
I have faith.
They're not quite the bad news Bears and some of that going on, but they seem to find some pretty good, interesting ways to lose. I mean, it starts from the top down, the whole organization, how they dealt with Saquon Barkley, the management, just all the things that they've done. And then, like they should have won that game last week. That game should have been a win. I mean, I think that
I thought they had it.
If Russell doesn't throw that pick, I think they win that game. Turn that ball over late, give Dallas a chance. They capitalize on it.
I think that's also the fuel that fires them to go out and beat Kansas City, right? I mean, they want to have a big win.
I'm nervous about that, Tommy. I'm with you on this.
Both 0-2, man. It's
I just can't make the pick.
So
I can't do it.
And it was a tough pick for me to make too. Like that was a tough decision. Like I sat there for a second. I was like, man, do I go against Kansas City again? 3 weeks in a row? Like that's tough to say, but yeah,
that's brutal.
I'm probably going against them next week because of the Ravens.
Okay, so what are you doing with Dallas and Chicago this week?
Oh, that's an absolute easy pick. I'm going Dallas Cowboys all day.
See, you have sanity around your team.
Yeah.
So you have sanity.
I just, I know the Bears. I know they're going to win a couple games.
They got to win a game this season.
Do they?
5-12. 5-12. Tommy said
they're going to put it together at some point. Yeah, they got to win 5 games. Why is it this?
I'd be happy. I'd be happy with no wins this season. I feel very vindicated for saying don't draft Caleb Williams. Trade the pick. Get some more draft assets and build around someone else later. But hey, I'm not the GM. I'm just a guy talking into a microphone.
Okay, so quick question, hot take for you, Tommy. Does Caleb Williams become the Justin Fields 2.0?
See, I say yes because I think that he ends up leaving Chicago and ends up becoming a better quarterback. I think the thing is you're putting so much pressure on Caleb Williams at 22, 23 years old to come out and be Patrick Mahomes. But again, he's not that. He's a different person, different quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes. We're asking for like Justin Herbert right now.
Yeah, but that's where his comps when he was coming out of college. He's the next Mahomes. And so when you put that on him and you say like,
well, he kind of strutted around a little bit and
I mean, he did. No, 100%. And I don't. If you're gonna call him that, I mean, hey, if you want to sit here and call me Patrick Mahomes, I'll sit here and take it and lean into it too.
That's when you can humble and say, hey, listen, I haven't done anything yet. Give me a chance.
That's working out for Arch Manning.
But again, I do. I think he ends up. I don't think Justin Fields' career is written. I think he's still a good quarterback. I don't think Chicago should have gotten rid of him. I wanted him to stay. But again, I think the Fields is going to end up leaving Chicago and end up having a much beter career. Chicago is just a dumpster fire of an organization as much as I am a fan. If he gets somewhere, listen, if you put Caleb Williams in Minnesota, I think he's a different quarterback.
100%. 100%. I agree with you on
that. That's so true.
I think there's a lot to be said about that. Okay, last one for this week, Kale, and that is, the AFC West. We talked about this. It's going to be just a brutal year of beating each other up. And this week we got the Chargers at the Broncos. It's a game I'm actually looking forward to watching.
Yeah,
me too.
Got University of Oregon versus University of Oregon, two teams on the rise. Kale, I got to throw it to you on this one, man. What do you think is going to happen in this game? I know you're going to be watching with that shirt on, probably.
Yeah. I've already placed a bet for the Chargers to cover the 2.5. I think they're going to go on the road and cover the spread, win the game. Obviously, if they're going to cover the spread, or they're getting 2.5, I think is what it is, because they're on the road. So, but I think they're going to win it outright. Just they're playing at a different level, in my opinion. The one thing that I think is going to hurt them, actually, they're at home. That's why they're 2.5 point favorite. But they've got Harbaugh. They're now clicking. They're understanding it. And it looks like to me Herbert's had a ton of time back there. I mean, he does not look like he's been pushed off his spot. And if he is, he sees it early enough where it's not frantic, right? He's stepping up. He's stepping out and making that kind of the end of the Chiefs game where he does that slide with that wry smile that he had. So I really feel like they're gonna give it to the Broncos, and they're going to cover that 2.5 point spread too.
Does Mac's situation impact that at all?
I mean, you can't replace Khalil Mack even at age 34. The intensity that guy plays with is nuts,
insane.
I think it makes it more of a shootout, a little bit more of a shootout. I think they have to score a few more points.
Yeah,
Broncos are probably going to surprise a little bit at home. So
I think
what happens there.
Going back to, I've said it a few times already this year, picking up Keenan Allen, that's his safety blanket that he had the first 3 years of his career, or whatever it was. Didn't have him last year. Now he's back. Plus, you got Quentin Johnson, you got Ladd McConkey, you got Omarion Hampton, you got freaking Najee Harris. I mean, they can just turn around. They got 2 running backs. They haven't even had a game plan yet where we're just going to run the ball down your throat. So they got a ton of weapons.
I watched Justin Herbert play, and I feel like I'm watching I hate to say mini, but like a mini version of Josh Allen. The way they play, the way they throw.
Yes, but he's not smaller, younger.
Well, I'm actually talking just in terms of impact. Like it seems like Josh Allen's impact is slightly bigger overall, but they play such a similar game, and I feel like Justin Herbert has a ton of potential to do well. I think this is maybe the year that he has kind of a little bit of a breakout year. Pains me to say. At this point, they're in the driver's seat for the AFC West.
Okay, so here's my question
this week.
For you guys. I have Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert for fantasy football. Do I trade one? And if I do, who do I trade?
I think you trade Mahomes for fantasy.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
because I think Herbert's going to give you bigger numbers overall. Even in losses, he's going to give you bigger numbers, and he's durable. He's going to last. He's rarely out. I think Mahomes, if you're going for a quarterback that might be more inclined to win games, especially when they count, then but that's not fantasy football. So I think you trade Mahomes.
I'm going to go
get some assets.
I would keep Mahomes long term over the season. He's getting that rushing yards. He's getting the rushing yards. He'll come back around when Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy are back.
Yeah, but he's only going to have them for like 9 games together.
Yeah, but I don't know, consistency. Herbert's. I still can't get on the Herbert train because he's done me dirty before. He's so up and down. He'll put up 22 points and then he'll put up 12. And then he'll put up 21 and then 14.
If you want to talk consistency, and I didn't even realize this, but he has the most yards of a starting quarterback in the first 4 years ever in the league. I mean, that guy just is a gunslinger. He's on track to do the same thing. He's got 5 touchdowns already this season. I don't know, man. I think from a fantasy football point production standpoint, and I haven't looked at the stats, but I'm curious, like, what has it been like the last couple of years? What's it been like the last 2 weeks? I think Herbert's got to have,
the first 2 weeks he's done better. Week 1 he did a little bit better, and then last week they were almost identical.
I traded for Herbert before the season because I didn't draft a quarterback. And I went crazy route this year, but I traded for Herbert, and week 1 was great.
Yeah.
Last week was just mediocre. But.
Yeah, it was fine. Well, that was the thing. If they could have scored that last drive down, I would have won my game. I lost it. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. And I had Dicker, the kicker, so I was down by 6.5 points. So I would have got 6 for a touchdown, a point for the kicker, but they didn't. They were just happy with a win. They didn't care about my fantasy team.
Not fair.
I don't get it.
So we'll say this: the Fantasy Pros, I'm looking it up right now. FantasyPros.com says that Patrick Mahomes has a 9-1 chance of having a better game in Game 3.
Yeah,
which might make sense because Herbert's going against Denver in Denver. Good defense.
No, it's at home. It's the Chargers. It's a home game.
I thought it was at Denver. No,
I think it's
in LA. Okay, well then never mind.
Yeah.
I apologize. Still, going against Denver, probably a better defense. They're thinking Mahomes is probably going to rip up the Giants defense.
Yeah. All right, last thing on the NFL. Here's if you're a batter, my pick of the week is Houston is getting 1.5 on the road against Jacksonville. I think Houston wins that game outright. They have to. They're 0-2. If they want to make the playoffs, they have to win it. And so I think they're going to take that game.
I'm not sure how I feel about Jacksonville yet this year. Like I look at what they've done so far. They've played 2 decent games overall. I'm not sure how I feel about them yet. Like, are they legit this year? I feel like there's been other years where they've had a decent start and then they just kind of
fall off. Yeah.
Again, or are they gonna? They lost to the Bengals in Cincinnati, but they put up 27. Obviously Trevor Lawrence is a great talent. I don't know how I feel about them this year, but I do think Houston has more fire to win this week. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I picked them this week for sure. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. College football, since we've taken so much time. Game of the week last week was Tennessee, Georgia. Man, Tennessee had it. They had a chance, and they missed the kick in regulation.
No,
that game
it's
was
just
a fun game.
That's Tennessee being Tennessee and throwing away a game at home.
Yeah,
Knew it was coming.
Exactly.
But we talked about it. That was a fun game.
It was great.
It was entertaining. Yeah. Obviously, they gave their fans something to cheer for at the end. We talked about that. If they could get that win, that kind of puts them on a little bit more solid footing on being back in the SEC. But man, like that was an entertaining game. That's for sure. I don't feel like there were a ton of entertaining games outside of that, and like the Notre Dame game. Sorry, Tommy. Yeah. That one was obviously a crazy ending. There was a holding penalty on the last play. Didn't get called. Tommy, I'm sure you're well aware of that. That was unfortunate, but it was an entertaining game as well.
I thought that game was over. I think I went and did something, and I came back, and all of a sudden A&M won. I'm like, what? I had to rewind and watch it.
Yeah, I told you A&M was going to have that fight from last season. We came in to College Station. We came into Kyle Stadium, and we embarrassed them. And they marched in this year and embarrassed us at home. And I don't think we have any chance at going to the making a real run. At the playoff. I mean, yeah, we could get there, but again, we don't really play anyone again this year. So listen, my Saturdays are much more freed up now because I will not have to sit here and watch very stressed for these games. Now I'll just be very free and loose. I'll be watching other games. Right. I'll be going to do other things on my Saturdays. My Saturdays are no longer stuck at home watching this crap team.
I don't know who
Indiana.
I don't know who Derpy Entertainment is, but this comment.
He's trolling you, man. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know who it is either. He's a Notre Dame fan. According to himself, he's a Notre Dame fan from last week. But it's tough to be a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah.
But again, I'm happy I get to have my Saturdays back. No more stress.
The beatdown of the week last week. Indiana put it on Indiana State 73-0. That's quite the route. Only put 7 points in the fourth quarter.
Hey, listen, but they're gonna as a IU fan as well. They're gonna get beat down by Illinois this week, I think.
It's possible, but man, that was 73-0, and that's letting up in the fourth quarter. Second only would be Michigan, 63-3 over Central Michigan. Man, those like high school scores, man, that's crazy. That that Division I college football can have such disparity like that. That's wild.
Oh, it's nuts. Tommy, you mentioned Illinois, Indiana. I kind of figured that Harry Lyles and the game day crew were going to be at that game, but they're actually down in Miami to watch Miami whoop up on Florida.
Well, I don't get it.
Miami's proven themselves so far. I mean, they're worth some eyeballs. So,
yeah,
I guess. I mean, is it a bigger game than IU over Illinois? I don't know, but
I think so because of a heritage. It's like Miami, historic program like Notre Dame. They've been around a long time. They're making a comeback. I think that storyline is more compelling than Illinois, Indiana, which are not really two powerhouse football teams.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can't really disagree there. I could almost even see in Auburn, Oklahoma game day ahead of the IU Illinois game day. So,
gentlemen, I'm going to jump off.
Scott, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah,
thanks, Scott.
My friend.
Get your picks in.
Yeah, appreciate you having me, guys.
Or not.
Yeah.
Or not.
See ya.
All right. I put it in our notes, but I liked the fact that Diego, now I just forgot his name. I wrote it down. Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt. They can be 5-0 going into facing Alabama again. And actually be because they're ranked now, I believe. I want to say
they
22nd or something like that.
Yeah, they did.
20th
so
or 22nd.
That's kind of they're playing Josh's team, Georgia State. What is Georgia State? Are they? I don't even know what they are.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked that up.
They are the Georgia State Panthers. They're currently 1-2 for the season.
Vandy, it looks like can they get to 5-0 or 6-0 before Alabama?
What are they now? 3-0.
I think they're 3-0 right now. Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they would be 5-0 rolling into
Alabama. Okay.
Rolling into Alabama. Yep.
Yeah. So who knows?
But they've got some tough ones though. After Alabama, they've got LSU, and then they've got Missouri, and then Texas, and then Auburn, and then
they go
Kentucky,
into
and then Tennessee. Oh my gosh, is that?
Yeah, they could be 5-0 and then 5-5.
Yes,
easily. But you know what I like about stories like that? There's a glimmer of hope now with the 12-team playoff, and it'd be even bigger with the 16-team playoff. That a team like that is going to find their way into playoff contention. And I love those stories. I think that's what's missing in college football compared to like basketball is those true Cinderella stories, that 16th seed that might pull off an upset, which nobody ever thought was possible in basketball. And it happened now. And I just hope we get to see those storylines at some point.
Yep.
I'm cheering for Vanderbilt to march in 5-0 to Alabama, cruise into Alabama, go 6-0. Go into Tigers Stadium and Brian Kelly and march out of there 7-0. Let's go Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
the game day crew might show up to some Vandy games if they get to that point. There might be down in the swamp. They might get the game day.
They might.
If they beat Alabama, which let's be honest,
they could.
Alabama is very susceptible right now.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
I think that's a very possible game. That's not a definite for Alabama at all. So. LSU is probably not, but I think Alabama is.
Yeah. Well, final minute closing. Let's drop some hot takes. What's a hot take you guys got? Any sport.
Well, I'll say this: we got the Ryder Cup coming up. I'm very excited about that. I think it starts next Friday coming up. We got Scotty Scheffler. We got Scotty Scheffler that won again this week on the PGA Tour. That's his 6th win in 2025. He's got 2 major championships. And if you compare his 2025 to Tiger's 2000, they are almost identical in cuts made, players that have beat them. I think both of them have like less than 60 players all season have beat Scotty Scheffler. And it was very similar for Tiger back in the day. Now, the difference is Tiger had 3 more wins. And he had 1 more major in those 3 more wins. And he only played in 1 small field event or limited field event. Scotty Scheffler's played in 6, just to say he had fewer players that he had to beat. But you can't take it away from this season. This is a magical season. This is one of those seasons that's going to go down in history. And if for some reason on Sunday at the Ryder Cup, Scotty Scheffler gets the winning point, it will be truly a magical season, one for the record books for sure. And I think that it's very possible because I think the Ryder Cup's going to be close. Scotty Scheffler will probably go out late on Sunday, maybe 10 or 11 position to their 11th match of the day. And he very well could get the winning point in the Ryder Cup, which would just be a truly magical season overall. So my hot take is that Scotty Scheffler is going to get the winning point in the Ryder Cup.
Nice.
Hot take of the week. I'm going to go with Florida takes down Miami in a thriller.
Nice. I like it. Well, since we didn't touch on basketball, I'm gonna say that with all this Kawhi saga, that once this shakes out, no matter how it does, I think nobody's gonna want Kawhi on their team.
You think he's out of the league?
He's either out of the league or he's signing for a minimum deal because there's so much drama around.
I don't think anybody wants to deal with Uncle Dennis. That guy's man. Who wants to deal with that?
That guy's cutthroat, man. I need him on my squad.
He's like, I want ownership of this team. I want.
And there's a stat. Kawhi has only been in 42% of the games since he showed up as the Clipper. 42%. You're paying that guy to be the face of the franchise.
But listen, this started before. He was out a lot in San Antonio at the end of his stint there.
Yep.
So this is not something new necessarily. I mean, this guy, I think, was the beginning of load management. Was Kawhi Leonard? He was a part of that conversation when it really became a problem for the NBA. Mm-hmm. And I think you're right. Him plus Uncle Dennis. I mean, no, I think you might be right about that one, Kale. I think you might be.
So this was a quote I saw on Reddit 2 hours ago. It's from an anonymous Clippers organization member. It says, This has been a nightmare. He's an incredibly talented player when he's healthy, but everyone knows he's rarely healthy, and his camp is just so difficult to deal with.
So
his time here, thankfully, is coming to an end soon.
Now, does Ballmer survive, or are they going to force him to sell?
No, he's definitely not going to be forced to sell. Yeah. So he came in and really propped up the Clippers. I mean, he bought him for $2 billion, way more than what they were valued at. He's a darling in the NBA. Stern loves him. I mean, Silver loves him.
Brought in the new stadium that they have, but
I think he ends up getting suspended. I think with the new news that he threw in another $10 million when they were failing. I think all the evidence is just, man, I think he gets suspended. Here's the thing.
What does that even mean? He can't go to a game?
Yeah, he cannot be in the stadium. Money. That's the thing. He does care. This is his biggest, this is the thing he cares about the most. So I think he would give up everything he has right now if he could have a Clippers championship. Like, he wants this more than anything. And then you have to look back at his, I won't keep this too long-winded, but you have to look at his past of when his high school, going back to when he was trying to help his high school team, and he was embroiled in scandals there where the star player was staying in a $6 million mansion, skipping school, didn't have the grades. He was putting in money and funding everything, and then he was caught doing all that. So again, there's a pattern of behavior here with Ballmer. I think. But here's the thing with Ballmer, to Kale's point, I think he's going to get suspended. I don't think it happens until next season after the Clippers host the All-Star game in the Intuit Dome, because I don't think Adam Silver is going to take that away from Ballmer. I just don't think he's going to.
Out long.
I think after the investigation is done, we're not going to hear anything about it till well after the All-Star break, and then again. It could give the Clippers time to trade a bunch of picks away and say, hey, sorry, we don't have any picks for you to take away.
So the guy has passion, literally no morals.
Yeah.
Yep.
No scruples. Yeah.
Again, but when you're seventh richest person in the world, I mean, you can buy your way in and out of everything. He was part of federal investigations when he was at Microsoft that could have landed him in prison. So it's like, again, he was skirting rules when it could have landed him in prison. You don't think he won't skirt the rules when it's just a financial penalty? That's like
NBA wants this guy around. It's like they probably wouldn't tolerate a player who had a lot of passion and skill but no morals. But they will tolerate an owner. It's all money. Yeah. I hate that. That's unfortunately a stain on the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. Awesome,
right.
Vince. Well, great episode. Get your picks in, everybody that's watching. Get more people involved.
Don't screw yourself like I did last week. Get your picks in, guys. Mine are in.
Don't sleep on Tyson. That guy's just hovering, man. He's hovering. Don't sleep on him.
He's scary.
It's going to be a problem. Gonna be problems.
All right, gents. Next week. Great.
Have a good night, guys.
Quarters out.
See you guys.
See ya.